afraid of you! I'm not afraid of you, Carla! Oh, you already know where this is going today. I'm not afraid of you, Carlos! Come outside! Come outside, I'm not afraid of you. What are you gonna do? That's my Lambo. That is my Lambo. Come on, Carlos! Oh, who's in the car with me? Oh, what do you mean who's in the car with me? Cassie's in the car with me. Cassie's in the car with me. My wife already knows about it. Guys, my wife knows about it. Don't worry. I'm totally nervous about it because she probably doesn't know about this. But my wife totally knows about this. Okay? That's why I look super sketchy when they ask me who was in the car with me while I was live. She totally knows about this, guys. Okay? She totally knows Cassie's in the car with me. Don't worry. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. Oh, my God. Guys, I'm honestly, I'm getting sick of that, honestly. It's getting old at this point. I can only take so much drama, man. At this point, it's starting to kind of seem fake to me. Like, there's too much stuff going on with this story. It's starting to seem like a big acting job for views. It's probably not, but that's what it's starting to come like that for me. It's too much stuff going on with this, man, for this to be real. Anyways, fellas. Man, we got a lot to talk about today, fellas. The funniest thing about that video yesterday, I don't want to talk about it too much, but the funniest thing about that video was when the cops asked him who's in the car with you, he seemed so thrown off. It was like, the cops asked him who's in the car with you again. He's like, who's in the car with me? Like, you could tell he did not want to say who was in the car with him, which makes me believe that no one was supposed to know who was in the ur with him. But, you know, that's besides the point, not my business. But, you know, it is what it is. Who we got? Oh my God. Yeah, like she knows. That's why you had to say it. Real life is stranger than fiction, always. True. What's going on, Drew? Yes. Franco, what's up, buddy? Who else we got in here? We got Nola, we got Keith. Just got here. Should I come back at a better time? What's going on, Keith Mullins? Good to see you, buddy. Drunk Bear, he was calculating what to say. Oh, you could tell he didn't want to say what he wanted to say, man. Let's see. Denise, I saw you over on George. What's going on, Franco? Denise. Satoshi Nakamoto. I have his booking number. You want it? Satoshi Nakamoto. Stay hidden, bro. Don't get involved in this shit. We need you. Especially at this time. Anyways, let's it's all about the drama right now, guys. I think that's about to change, though. I think the stock market is looking pretty heavy, man. It's looking heavy for a few weeks. Continues to absolutely crater today. And somehow, some way, Bitcoin's still holding up. I don't know what's going on, but I am very shocked that it's still holding here at 26,133. You got the NASDAQ getting absolutely destroyed again today. Dollars mooning again today. Bitcoin's still holding, though. And I've said this before. I've seen this before where Bitcoin kind of holds for a little bit and it lags. And at some point, in some way, it'll get spikes up to not let people think it's going to dump, and then it dumps. It does this all the time. I'm still very certain this is going to follow the stock markets to the downside. To me, it's just a matter of when. But it likes to catch the shorters off guard because it doesn't want people to make money shorting this at the lows. It's going to spike up, get people faked out, and then at some point drop. Still expecting this to drop at some point, man. The ding dong ditch video was too much. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, bro. Dude, there's too much stuff going on with that story, man. I can't believe it. Carlos probably went to the front door and it was probably like, we can't do a legit Carlos because it's 2023. So let's use this guy as Carlos. Who's there? Who's there? Oh, yeah, bro. Bro, what are you doing here, bro? What are you doing here, bro? I'm the head of network now, bro. All right? So you're not going to tell me what it is. I want to get you on video right now saying that I did not extort you for your Lambo. Okay, bro? All right, bro. Yeah, bro. Say it, bro. Say it, bro. Are you not going to say it, bro? Okay. Yeah, get away from my house. I'm going to call the police on you if you don't leave. All right, bro? All right, bro? I am totally a badass with guns, okay? I'm not a pussy. That's why I'm going to call the police. Okay? I'm not a pussy. My name's Carlos, even though that's not really my real name. I just want to sound tougher. Yeah. My real name is like Larry. His real name is Larry. His real name is Larry. I think that's the funniest thing about this whole thing. His real name is Larry. And Larry's like the most lame name in the world. Like, you ever met a tough Larry? No. Larry's always like Larry, you know? But he changed his name to Carlos to sound more tough. I don't know if this is actually real, guys. I'm just going based off what I hear. But, yeah. His name is Larry. And his nickname is Carlos. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Yes. Larry Smith. You can't get more unintimidating than Larry Smith. Oh, God. There we go, man. I was lucky enough to get to the stream 1 minute of starting and recorded the whole damn thing. Nice, Brickley. I'm proud of you, buddy. All right, let's talk some crypto, man. As much as, like, crypto's still pretty boring right now. I think the big thing for me is you're still seeing Bitcoin hold, but we go over to the NASDAQ. And right now, we are seeing the NASDAQ break below the bull market support band for the first time since January. Okay? And we know this is typically an indicator of further downside. I like to wait for a weekly close. It's only Tuesday. No, yeah, it's Tuesday. It's only Tuesday. We got a long week to go. So we'll see, but we are showing some weakness below that. And the S&P 500 is looking even worse. As you can see, the S&P 500 has already broken the bull market support band, already came up to retest it, confirm it as resistance, and now you're seeing a breakdown today. But the big thing for me here is this trend that the S&P has been on since October of 2022. The uptrend is now starting to break. If you look at the daily trend line here, you are seeing that break to the downside right now. Now there is this gap, and there is this recent local high from August of 2022 that maybe could act as some local support here. But you are seeing that break. So it's going to be interesting to see if that holds. If that does not hold, that is looking ugly as shit. And what we've been talking about the last few weeks, even though we don't want to be bearish, that would be a sign that bearish times are coming. Not just a little bearish time. I think that would be a sign that some overly bearish times would be coming here in the short term, which would not be fun, right? But I think, once again, as we've been talking about, I think that would set up for not only crypto, but with the stock market, some awesome opportunities and to be able to buy people's fear. And that's why having your cash position on the sidelines is the most important thing right now. No one knows if it's going to go up or down, let's be honest. But there's no downside to having a cash position right now, right? You can either have your cash sitting in the bank earning 6% interest, okay? Or, like I said, if you're really interested in the crypto market, listen, you ain't missing anything right now. Altcoins will not go parabolic until Bitcoin shows strength and goes close to all-time highs. We know this. So that's going to continue to be my mantra here, is there's no downside to having a cash position. Either you can buy a capitulation or wait, right? I mean, it is what it is. And just earn the 6% interest in your bank. Rather than hold and sort of, everyone has different strategy, I guess. What's going on, Drew? I would be so stoked if we came back to 15K. Me too, man. Because, listen, if you're a believer in the 4-year cycles, right? I've always said this too, okay? We'll talk about Carlos taking a shit at the bull market support band in a little bit. This is Carlos right now after he saw BitBoy roll up to his house yesterday, okay? This was Carlos right after he saw BitBoy, man. But he didn't make it to the toilet. He shat all over the floor, right in front of the front door, right? So this, I love this picture of Carlos, man. This actually kind of looks like Carlos. But, this was Carlos after he saw BitBoy at his front door yesterday. And unfortunately, he was right above the bull market support band, okay? And we know when we see these double rejections with this massive, ugly rejection, we come back up, we get another massive, ugly rejection on the weekly. To me, and I've said this, I still think Bitcoin is going to see lower prices before the halving. I don't know when, I don't know why, I don't know how, but I still think it sees lower prices. I think that the rejections here in the weekly scream lower to me. Just like when we were at the highs, and we saw these weekly wicks up here showing weakness up here at 30Ks, 31Ks. was showing weakness. We ultimately saw lower after a couple months of chop, right? I still think we're going to see that. And I think the stock market going down is going to be the major catalyst to that. So, but like I said, opportunities, if you believe in the 4-year cycle, right, and you look at where we are in the Bitcoin cycle, that's fine, right? Because you look at over the course of the next 6 months, halving's coming up in 6 months. And historically, we shouldn't really be expecting that much from Bitcoin before the halving, right? Historically, right? So look at it from a future perspective. Any type of big dump is an opportunity. And I think that's going to set up even more opportunities going forward here. So it's all good. What's going on, Prickly? Savvy been right for 2 years. Here's the thing. Here's the thing about that, man. It's easy just to say down, but you know, he hasn't really been right though. The thing is, you gotta guess timing. Timing has got to be there. Okay. It's easy just to say down for 4 years that it happens, that it goes down. You know what I mean? Like, obviously it's going to go down at some point. The second thing is, he was saying the stock market was going to dump from like over here, and it literally went back to all-time highs. We missed this whole move. And then, right? Timing is certainly an aspect. Now, with the altcoin market, he's been right. Don't get me wrong. The altcoin market has been shit, right? We talked about QNT yesterday, and I think you're going to start seeing some of these play out, right? You see QNT? You see QNT, right? Mike's over here spreading foot. Man, look at the altcoin charts. They look like shit. They look like shit. Look at this chart we were looking at yesterday at the end of the stream, QNT. We said it was going to break to the downside. Well, look, there it goes. To the downside. Oh my God. There it goes, man. There's no liquidity in the altcoin market. Right? Hey, we talked about this yesterday. We are seeing that break to the downside. So you're going to see this on a lot of different charts. So these altcoins just making lower highs, same lows. This is a bearish pattern. These break to the downside. And I'm expecting this, right, just for an example, and we've talked about this a couple times, to come back down and test these lows again at some point in the next 6 months. It is what it is. That's what the charts say, not my feelings, right? I don't feel this way, right? I don't want to feel this way, to be honest. I'd rather just moon right now. But that's what the charts are saying, right? So that's that on QNT. I don't want to look at the altcoin charts because I just don't. It's not fun to look at those right now, right? So we could do it all day. But I don't really want to do it. If there's something you guys want to look at, just let me know in the chat. But for the most part, it's a lot of the same shit, man. Interactive says smack the likes. Thank you, Interactive, man. Thank you, bro. That forehead, bro. Oh, my forehead is big. Are we talking about Mike's forehead? Yeah, Mike's forehead is pretty big, man. I mean, my forehead's big too. So it is what it is. Hey, everyone has something wrong with them, bro. You know. That's what I've realized. Dude, I have so many things wrong with me, man. I have so many things wrong with me. Everyone has something wrong with them, man. You know? Let's see. What was everyone saying in the chat today? FTC sued Amazon claiming it has monopoly powers. Oh, nice. What about Tesla? Will go lower? Oh, if the whole stock market's going to go lower, Tesla will go lower too. Dude, I don't want to go over individual stocks either, because at the end of the day, we're a crypto channel, but I think what sometimes the crypto people forget is crypto follows stocks, right? So I know everyone gets bored when we talk about the stock market charts, but crypto follows the stock market. You know what I mean? Like, I know it's boring, and I know it's not, no one wants to talk about, right? But Bitcoin's chart can look bullish all we want, but if this goes down, Bitcoin's going down too, you know? And I always want to make that clear. It is what it is. It's always follow the stock market on the bigger trends. Obviously, like week to week, you can do different things, but in the grand scheme of things, it follows the NASDAQ and the S&P, right? And if these look like shit, your best bet, and this is not me being a Bitcoin maxi or someone who's just a hopium spreader, Bitcoin's going to go down too. It's going to go. It's going to go. Okay? It's going to go. Joy, will you do IT for the BitBoys new studio? No. I will not do IT for BitBoys new studio, man. Listen, I've always said I'm a solo artist here, okay? I'm a solo artist, and I've always said this. I will always be a solo artist on my channel, and I very rarely will go on other people's channels because I don't want to be put in with a certain crowd. I don't. And I think that'll benefit me in the future, that I did not associate myself with certain people, right? I will always say this, man. That will benefit me in the future because I know at some point, I know this, you're not going to want to be associated with certain people. Who will play George in BitBoy's new Netflix movie? I will, man. All I need to do is put on this. I am George. We're all George. Guys, today. I haven't watched George in a few days, actually. I don't even know what's going on over there in George World. Actually, I probably do. I probably do. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Amrit, so that's why we love you, man. Amrit, I love you, man. I love you, man. Thank you for being here, bro. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you for being here, man. I appreciate you. I do appreciate you being here, man. All right. Other than that, Bitcoin, I'll say this. I am shocked that Bitcoin's still holding up in here. I am, man. And I don't know if it's some like last ditch effort to be holding this up, or this is just like a distribution phase in here, to get people think that it's holding up. We've seen this before. I don't know. So we'll find out. I guess the other thing we can kind of talk about. So we talked about the Nasdaq's looking like shit. Oh my God. The Russell, which is the small caps. Maybe this has maybe some type of support. We'll see. Dollar. Look at the dollar, man. This thing is cruising, bro. Oh Lord. This is your classic Wyckoff on the dollar, man. As soon as this broke down, this was another sign to kind of flip a little bit bearish here, was down here. When the dollar was breaking down, it was all good. But as soon as it started getting back above here, and then it held a support right here, I think that was a big sign that tough times were on the way, because this is just one big Wyckoff on the DXY, right? I mean, we can call it whatever it is, but when you have a low, right, a second low, a dump, all right, you break down, cool, it's bearish, but when you get back above, right, this is just your classic. So I guess if we're looking at this as Wyckoff on the dollar, right, this breaks up maybe a little bit higher, and then but if this is going to be Wyckoff, we probably would expect a pullback around here, right, do your little SOS phase here, before maybe trying to push a little bit higher here. But yeah, this is your classic Wyckoff on the dollar, man. And this is just looking it's looking pretty bullish. But I will say this: we've seen this before on the bottom where it was looking bearish. Now what we want to see, okay, if this starts rolling back over and dumps back below here and holds, boom, this is where we probably get bullish on risk assets again. When this dumps back below into the range, boom, we play this back down. And then this is probably when Bitcoin stocks get a little bit of a rally back to the upside. But until then, it's the dollar season, and like I said, I'm still shocked that Bitcoin's still kind of hold up at 26K. I am. Let's see. Crypto Shrimp said double top for the dollar incoming. Maybe, man. Short squeeze at some point. Yeah. I mean, you need some buyers for a big short squeeze, though, or some type of news. A news event would be great for a short squeeze, kind of like the Grayscale one. Boom, got a big news event, but then you insta dumped back down. Let's see, man. Everyone must be over there watching BitBoy's stream right now. I don't blame them, man. I mean, crypto's boring as shit. You have to make a movie to get people to watch right now. You know what I mean? Like, maybe I should just start some random drama with someone just to get people to come watch. I guess that's the move right now. Yes, Fahid, you did. I'm gonna tell you this though. I'm kind of getting sick of that stuff though. It was cool at first. Now it's just too much. It's too much, man. It seems like just a clickbait type of thing. Like it made sense at first, but when he went to the guy's house, makes me question that if this whole story is real. It just seems like a big clickbait thing to me now. That was too much. That was too much in my opinion. My stream was delayed. Late on who plays who in the movie comment. In the movie? I think it's already a movie. At this point, it's already a movie, man. All right. Anyways, guys, I don't really have too much else to really say. I mean, it's just kind of waiting for this to play out at this point. You know, we're just waiting for this to play out. You know, the altcoin market's the altcoin market. I mean, it's just slow bleed, no big moves, right? It almost makes you not notice like what's going on in the altcoin market because you don't really get any big moves. Just, you know, you'll go down 1%, you go down 1%, you go down 1%, and all of a sudden you're down 30%. You're like, what the frick? How did that happen? That's kind of how it's been since like February for the altcoin market. You know, still looking at most of these to come a little bit lower, right? Still think Matic comes here down, test 30 cents. You know, AVAX, one that got a slight little bounce. You can barely see it on the chart. Still think this one probably comes down to test like $4 at some point. Once again, it's not going to be tomorrow. Solana, right? Another one, nice little bounce, but you know, whatever. Still think this one comes back down to like $10 at some point in the next 6 months. Chainlink, a little bit of a move up, but we know the Chainlink indicator. We had double indicators popping off. We have Michael Saylor buying yesterday and Chainlink pumping without BTC. You know, the two biggest indicators we can actually have. And actually SHIB was pumping too. And that's also another indicator that Anderson pointed out on the stream a couple months ago. But yeah, we got Chainlink popping off. It's just a matter of time, man. Let's see. Interactive said have some money on the side. Exactly, Interactive. There's no downside. There's no downside to this, man. Like I fail to see the downside of having a cash position right now. I fail to see that. It doesn't mean you have to be all in cash. You can still hold what you have. I just don't see the downside to that, right? And people get mad, like, oh, cash. Okay, we can laugh at cash, right? But what's the downside to cash right now? So you get 6%, you're hanging it in your bank, no risk, right? They ain't going anywhere anyways, right? So like, what's the risk? You know, I don't see the downside to that. And then also, then you have cash to buy people's fear. You know, if someone can argue with me of why holding cash at the moment is or having a building a cash position is not the way to go, I would love to hear the argument right now. I would love to hear the argument, but the market right now agrees, right? And I said this the other day. Why would big money, right? Looking at, because let's see, big money doesn't buy crypto. Big money buys stocks. Why would big money look at this chart right here and say, I can get 6% risk-free, okay? Not have to deal with all this macro bullshit and all the risk around it. Just hold it in cash, right? Whatever they have. Shitload of money. They have a shitload of money. 6% to them is a lot. Right? If they have $1 billion, 6% is a lot of freaking money. You know what I mean? They can just hold in the bank, make that 6% rather than buying stocks at highs. You know, earlier this year it made sense because they were all down 70, 80%. Now you're back where you were in early 2021 when there was no interest rates. Now you get 6% holding those same stocks. I just don't see the downside to that, you know? And I could be wrong. I've been wrong a lot, many, many times, but I like to think that I'm slightly smarter than I was when I was wrong. But I've been wrong many times, so we'll see. We'll see, man. Clint said, Jordan finally not laughing in my face and says, put money in 6% cash. Clint, listen, earlier this year, I didn't think it made sense to do that. Now I think it makes sense. When stocks were down, when Tesla was down 75%, when, you know, you had Meta down 80%, it didn't make sense to hold cash because those things got obliterated. You know, a lot of those stocks made new highs. You know what I mean? Like when Nvidia was down 80%, you know, did I buy Nvidia down 80%? No, I did not. But I think it made more sense to not hold cash then. Like look at Nvidia chart. Why would someone buy this here? You know, like smart money, not Joe down the street that thinks Nvidia is going to the moon. You know, I don't get that. Weekly, you know, I guess you can argue we're at support, but like, and I think if Nvidia is like the stock market right now, because that's what really caused the run up this year was the whole AI stuff. Right? When you look at this chart, you can just see the weakness building up here, right? Big push up, but you can see 4 consecutive higher highs, 4 consecutive lower highs, weekly bearish div. There's monthly bearish divergence. Don't even bring this up. This is ugly right here, right? It kind of looks like Bitcoin's chart from 2021, where you made a new higher high, but like you had this massive divergence of a higher high on the monthly and then a lower high on the monthly, right? Play Bitcoin chart from 2021. I think that this is the chart that kind of scares me. Not really Bitcoin. It's not really Bitcoin's chart. It's these charts that scare me a little bit right now. It's this. And I guess, you know, you can look at like Microsoft, some of these big boys that really benefited from AI. Microsoft, after they bought ChatGPT, right? They had a big rally, but what did that end up with? A slightly higher high, a failure at that high, and look at the monthly. That looks like shit, man. And then you have a lower high, right? This looks like Bitcoin from 2021. The exact same thing. You know? I'm not trying to spread FUD. I'm just trying to be a realist here. You know? It is what it is. Like, how can you tell me this chart looks bullish? Come on, man. Matthew said, "Why are you bearish on Bitcoin now?" I'm bearish on Bitcoin because I'm bearish on stocks, and I'm not this like moon boy who's going to say Bitcoin's going to go up just by itself, because it's not. It's not. It's like saying an altcoin's going to go up by itself. It's not. You know. Bitcoin follows stocks like altcoins follow Bitcoin. Just the way it is. It's the way it is. Watch Moderna stock. Bitcoin outperforms stocks, not individual stocks. At least like now, right? I mean, I guess if you take from the highs, yeah. I just scalped over 8 during the spreading FUD. Drew, do you think I'm spreading FUD? Let me know in the chat. Do you think I'm spreading FUD? You know, I don't know if I am. I don't know if I am, man. I think we live in an age where we all have been so used to like easy. Let's say like that's why this movie came out, Dumb Money, right? Where we always think things just go up. But what if that's not the case? You know? What if that's not the case? We're always just used to everything going up in a straight line. What if that's not the case? What if we just stay in a range, right? Where this is the range high, this is the range low, and we just chop in here for like 5 years, right? I don't know. It's something to think about. Definitely something to think about. Actual FUD? Drew says no. Actual FUD. At the moment, funds are into energy. They will rotate. Yeah. Please get me exit and entry liquidity. I got you. I got you, Drew. I got you, Drew. Jim said, streaming now, but I already pooped. You already pooped, man? You're supposed to be pooping during my stream. I'm on the toilet right now. You just can't see me because I got a green screen. I am literally on the toilet like Carlos right now. See Carlos? I will say it again. Carlos. Boom. He's doing what you should be doing right now. He's flinching those fists like that. Hopefully Carlos doesn't come and find me, man. You know? But how can you be scared of this guy? Look at this guy. Look at this guy, man. Well, now you know, too, if someone comes and kills me, it was Carlos. It was Carlos, man. There we go. Wayne said, Bitcoin has not been easy money for long-term holders. We've gone through real shit to get to today. That is true. That is true. There's ups and downs in this market, that's for sure. Jordan savvy. Sometimes, man. Reading the chat. Did you see drop to what price? Who the frick knows? I'm not going to sit here and act like I know what price it's going to go to. I'm just going to tell you how I feel at the moment. And just the way the based off the chart looks. Not based off feelings. Okay, it's easy to have feelings. If it was just based off feelings, I'd be George every day. You know? But like, I always try to ignore news. The biggest thing is ignore news. Do not listen to news. News will lie to you, right? Where have been... I'll show you guys right now. Never get bullish because of news, and never get bearish because of news, right? And I think this year... Shout out to Dumbledore, man.
Jordan must have had an early lunch at a few druggers.
Had fun, Ruckers. Let's go, man. I did. Never listen to news. I think the last 12 months have been a perfect example of never listening to news. Where have been the most bearish points news-wise? Here, right? Get everyone to sell. Here, get everyone to sell. Right? What happened right here? FTX, what happened right here? Banking crisis, what happened right here? SEC suing Binance and Coinbase. All marked lows, right? Low, low, low. Right? Most people would have sold on the bad news. Buy the bad news. That's why right now I'm kind of waiting on some bad news. I think it's coming. It's due. What has marked the two most recent tops? Right? Has it been bad news that has marked the most recent tops? Let's ignore feelings. Let's just look what happened on the chart. What has marked the last two recent tops? Bad news or good news? Put it in the chat. Let's ignore feelings. Don't tell me how you feel. What was this candle right here? This up candle right here. What was this one? We all know what that was. That was XRP winning the court case, which was bullish news, right? In theory. But that actually marked the top of Bitcoin, right? And as soon as this is when you, I guess, in hindsight, I kind of learned that on the grayscale news, right? But in hindsight, the selling off on good news should have been a good sign we were going lower, right? What marked the next top, at least at the moment, right? This 28K high. What was this? Bullish news, right? The grayscale winning the court case, right? So never, and this is why I try not even to watch news channels. I watch George because I like George, okay? Don't be vesting based off news, okay? If anything, you should be the opposite. This marked the high, at least at the moment, right? And when you sell off good news, that means you are not bullish, right? Just like you weren't bullish up here when you sold off on the good news. It's another reason why I'm bearish right now is because we sold off on the most bullish news possible, you know, twice, you know? So that's just the way it is. That's ignoring feelings, how I feel. That's just doing what the chart's telling me. We pumped on bad news. We're dumping on good news. You know, that's it. That's why when the ETF news is, it's coming. That ETF is going to pop. It could happen today. Maybe Bitcoin gets a pump to 30K or something, right? But if we do not hold that pump and we start coming back down again, that just means Bitcoin's bearish as shit at the moment, right? And it's just exit liquidity, you know? That's ignoring feelings, just looking at the chart. Dumping on good news, pumping on bad news. That's why right now, if any type of bad news comes out and we start pushing lower because of that bad news, that's a buy. Buy that shit. Buy the bad news. Buy the bad news, not the good news. You know? It is what it is. Alpy coming in calling for crazy tops. It'll be pushed off again, probably. Probably at some point, you know? The crew said, I know a guy that traded his parents' XRP hodl bags worth 13K and lost it all. Yeah, that's why you got to be careful with leverage trading, man. Leverage trading is great in trending markets, right? In a bull run, you can make a shitload of money leverage trading. But if the market is not in a trending market, you're going to lose everything. You're not going to time every top and bottom. You're going to end up with less money than when you started. You're going to. But in trending markets, it's great. You know, like if altcoins just keep going lower, it's great to just short the altcoins. But at some point, it's not going to work. And what happens is the more confident you get, the more you up your leverage, right? You say, okay, I'm going to start with 5x leverage. Okay, I'm winning a couple trades in a row. This is great because why? You're just shorting. The market's just going down. It's easy. Well, what's going to happen is you're going to get more confident. You're going to say, you know what? I'm going to up my leverage to 50x. I have not lost a trade yet. And what happens? That overconfidence, you don't set your stop loss because you haven't lost a trade yet. You're on fire. Boom. That's when the short squeeze happens. And it liquidates your whole account. That's what happens, man. But like if you're in a trending market, it's great. You know, but in a chop fest, you're just going to get chopped out. And that's why right now, Bitcoin hasn't moved in 6 months. You're seeing record low trading volumes. Why? Because most people, I think, just have gotten wrecked. You know what I mean? It's simple as that. You know what I mean? People ain't trading Bitcoin right now. People ain't trading the altcoins right now. Why? Because it's right now, unless you're Nostradamus and calling every top and bottom, which if people are, they're lying. You ain't doing that. You know, you ain't doing that, man. Later, Stubble Dog. Later, bro.
Rant alert.
Appreciate you here, man. Let's see. Wayne said, everyone has to learn somewhere. Might as well has been with Ben. True. I don't even know what you're saying, Wayne. I'm just going to say true. All right. Anything else crazy going on right now? Doesn't seem like anything's crazy going on right now. Let's see. Why is that? Okay, there we go. Oh, was it 1238? Man. Bitcoin, can you give us some action? Why are you holding? You know what I mean? Like, shit, man. I mean, if you're going to pump, let's do it. If you're going to dump, let's do it, man. This is brutal. Brutal, man. Chainlink's going to rug? Yeah, Chainlink will go back down. Chainlink usually actually times the Bitcoin. All these tops right here in Chainlink have marked when Bitcoin has reversals to the downside. Right? This one, June 2022. You probably overlay Bitcoin's chart on this, but I'm too lazy to do that right now. June 2022, this was a Bitcoin top. August, this was a Bitcoin top. November, this was a Bitcoin top. February was a Bitcoin top. April was a Bitcoin top. July, that was the Bitcoin top. Now it's coming back up again, right? So if history was to repeat, Chainlink probably has a little bit more upside here if history is going to repeat. But I'm going to say again, when it gets back up to like $8, between $8 and $8.50, that's typically when Bitcoin finds, or at least starts to turn back to the downside. You know, so we probably got some time of chop left here. It seems like we probably just end up chopping in here for a little bit until Chainlink kind of squeezes up. We know Chainlink is the oscillator. When it gets to the lows, long. When it gets to the highs, short. You know. Drew said overlay the chart. Okay, we'll overlay the damn chart. I'm bad at overlaying these charts though. That's my problem. I'm very bad with overlaying the charts. Because when I do it, I notice when I do it, it gets all screwy. When I see other people do it, it somehow just like stands there normally. Hold on. Let's add this one. Let's see if we can do this here. See, how come when I do it, it doesn't even... Why does it do this, man? Does anyone else have this problem when you overlay? Okay, here we go. Oh, here we go. Yeah! All right, look at this. Look at this shit, right? Chainlink comes up. Actually, let's go to like a 3-day. That'll probably be better. You zoom in a little bit more. All right, here we go. We got Bitcoin's chart and Chainlink's chart. This is beautiful. Ready? So let's say August 2022. Look at it. Chainlink hits that high. Boom. Hits the top of the range. Bitcoin top. Rejects. Chainlink comes up again right here, November 2022. Boom. Oh, come on, man. Don't do this to me right now. Boom. comes to the top of the range. Boom. That's the FTX crash. Boom, comes back down.
Maxine
Right here.
Waters and Master, the ones fueling the strings.
Maxine Waters, Master P's are the one pulling the strings. Oh, probably YJT. But yeah, look over here. Chainlink comes back up. That's the top for Bitcoin. Pulls back. Comes back up to the top of the range right there. Boom, look. April. Top of Bitcoin. Pulls back. Chainlink comes back up. Oh, we got right there. We're missing the wick. But that was, I think that was the XRP court case win date. Right there, actually. Bitcoin spikes up. That's the top of Bitcoin. Boop. So now you're seeing it come back up. I would not be surprised if this come back up to the top of the range. That's the top of Bitcoin. Well, not the top. Doesn't mean Bitcoin has to go necessarily higher. But that's probably when it starts to roll back over. It is my guess. Is my guess. This one, I guess, was also true too. Right here. See this one? Chainlink comes back up right there. That's when Bitcoin starts to fall off a cliff. Right there. Right? So it's actually been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. So we'll see what happens again. I am curious to see if this happens again. Link and BTC chart so identical. Yeah, man. But there you go, Drew. I overlay the chart for you, brother. There you go, man. For Hoopty said good times. Good times, man. Good times. Good times, man. It is good times. All right, fellas. I'm getting out of here, man. I'm getting out of here. Go enjoy the BitBoy drama. I think I've about had enough with that, to be honest. But go enjoy that. I know you guys probably want to go watch his stream, so go watch that. It's too much drama for me at this point. At this point, it just seems kind of fake, to be honest. Seems like a reality TV show. But I'm getting out of here. Peace. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. But we're gonna do a morning stream tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going up to see the family, so I will do a morning stream tomorrow, probably. Right? Probably 8 o'clock in the morning. We'll bang it out. Do what we need to do. Catch you guys later. Enjoy your day. We'll see what Bitcoin ends up doing here. Right now, it's holding. It's holding right now. Like I said, I'm kind of shocked it's holding, actually. So, see what stocks do for the rest of the day. Right? Right now, some of these are starting to, like I said, starting to look a little bit iffy as they break some important trend lines that we kind of got here, right? So, later, boys. Peace. Stay out of the drama, at least the best you can, and stay easy. Build a cash position. Buy fear. And do what you need to do. All right? Peace.